Okay guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you one of the most common mistakes I see people making and why you have to avoid it. If your goal is to build muscle, have a good physique and be as strong as you can and reduce the chance of injury, this video is a must. If you're currently making these mistakes, you're increasing your chance of injury, you're also not going to be as strong as you could be, you're also decreasing the amount of weight that you can lift and your strength capabilities, and you'll build muscle at a much slower rate. So instead of holding yourself back, learn the system I'm going to teach you today and you'll thrive. Now, let me talk you through everything and keep it simple for you. When you go into the gym, you should know the session you've got in hand straight away. You know what you're doing, right? The goal of the session, what exercises you're doing, and you have something called working sets. So these are the sets that you're tracking every week with the goal to get stronger over time. So let's say you've got two sets. That would be called a top set and a back off set. The top set would be slightly heavier and lower reps. Let's say we use rep ranges, 5 to 8, 8 to 12. Now, you should be using these in your training. What that means is you should pick a weight you could do at least 5 with, no more than 8, and you're failing within that rep range. Now, what we're doing here, we've got 2 sets here. Let's say you did 30 kilo last week. The goal is to go and do, let's say you did 30 kilo for 8. The goal is to then go heavier because you've hit the top of the rep range. And next week you might go to 35 kilo. That will naturally bring the amount of reps you can do back down. You get stronger and you progress within each rep range. That's what allows you to build muscle. Now, what a lot of people do wrong is they go into the gym, they look at their numbers, and then they just go straight into it. So they'll go straight into 30 kilo or straight into 35 and just try and beat last week. What if you do that? Here's what you're doing. You're going to have less blood flow to a working muscle, so you're increasing the chance of injury. You're not going to recruit as much motor units as you could do, so you're massively reducing the amount of weight you can lift. I'll talk about that more at the end. You're not going to be mentally prepared, and that's key for lifting. If you're not mentally prepared, you won't be able to do anywhere near as well as you could do. You're increasing the risk of injury because you're not warm, you're not ready to go. You're not mentally prepared, and your body isn't primed to do what you're about to do. So, this is why you need to follow this process. So we spoke about working sets, we know what they are, we understand the rep ranges and how to progress. Now, instead of making that mistake we just spoke about, do this instead. Let's say set 1, I'm going for 100 kilo. I think I can do 5 to 8 reps, that's my goal. Now, if I'm doing 100 kilo for set 1, what I then need you to do is follow this percentage program based on the weight that you plan on lifting for set 1. So if I'm going to do 100 kilo bench press, I'm choosing 40% of that weight and I'm going to do 5 to 8 reps. So that would be 40 kilo for 5 to 8 reps. Then I do 65% for 3 to 5 reps and 85% of the load I'm doing for set 1, which is 100 kilo, for 1 to 3 reps. Now, it's important to note that some days you'll feel like you're not really that warm and you should do more, and that's not a bad thing. Some days you'll feel like you don't even need to do that much, you're already warm. The key here is to feel like you've got a bit of a pump, you feel like you've got blood towards that working muscle, which if it's a bench press will primarily be the chest, but you're not trying to fatigue your body at all, because then that will give you a negative. Because you're fatigued, you'll be carrying fatigue into your working sets and the chance of you progressing will then go down. That's what we need to avoid. So we understand the working sets, the rep ranges, we understand the warm-up process. When we start applying that into our training, what that's going to allow you to do is have more blood flow to the working muscle. So because you'll have a warmer muscle, it means you're going to be stronger, you'll produce more force, you'll lift more weight, you'll also recruit more motor units. Motor units being where a nerve and a muscle connect, and essentially the more that you can utilize when you're training, the more force you're going to be able to produce. So if you can use more motor units, you'll produce more force and lift more weight. Let's say you've got a team of 100, right? If you're going into the gym, lifting the weight, let's say you're lifting 30 kilo, and you're just trying to progress from last week, you're basically going into that, lifting that weight with half of your team. If you warmed up properly in front of this process, you'd have 100%, or let's say 90% of the team you've got available, so that you can lift more weight, produce more force, build more muscle as a byproduct, and get stronger. So that's absolutely key. Mental readiness, you're going to be ready, you're going to be mentally prepared, your body, your mind is going to be primed, ready to go into your set, and you're going to reduce the risk of injury because you've got more blood flow to the working muscle and your body's prepared, it's primed, it knows what it's about to do. So you need to implement this into your training if you want to progress and you want to have all these positives down here and avoid the negatives we spoke about. I hope you guys found this helpful. If you have, make sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you want to watch more content, head to the description of this video. Click the top link. That'll be my Instagram, Jacob Smith Coach. I will link it there for daily content. If you want to book a call, and if you want to learn more about working with me one-to-one, there'll be book a call link below as well. Click on that book 8 strategy session. We'll have a call together, see where you are now, where you want to go, and how I can help you bridge that gap. And I'll see you guys in the next video.